So a while back in chat, Oh Fudge Me was asking what we were buying, what we've been buying over
Yeah,
lockdown, and I actually thought that would be
yeah,
kind of interesting to talk about because we did do the episode in April, but I'm wondering, I bought a couple
yeah.
things
No, now,
recently, and
yeah.
you've bought a couple
Last
things
half.
recently. I'm
Good,
sure
good thing for
that
the last half hour of the show.
I'm sure that the way that we have bought clothes, if we've been buying clothes, has changed since this started. Because again, I've
Definitely.
been I've been more pessimistic about this since the beginning. I still don't think I really thought this would last until the end of the year and then some. I think in like March or April, I thought this would probably be done.
Couple of months. Yeah.
Couple of months maybe. So back then when we first started, I did buy a couple things right at the beginning, and they were all things like, okay, I'm gonna get cozy. I'm gonna buy things with like drawstring waists
Oh, I
or
remember
like
this.
slippers and stuff like that because I'm gonna be relaxing. And recently I've been buying some things, and they haven't been with the thought of this is going to be good to wear like when I'm lounging around at home. It's been more like, I don't know if it's like aspirational, but I'm buying stuff and I'm like, I can't wait to wear this again, like, in groups. And that's the kind of stuff that I'm buying. So like the
Yeah.
flannels or like a bunch of like, I've gotten two pairs of loafers over this and some, jeans and stuff.
Yeah.
Um but yeah, I guess the loafers and jeans, like the loafers and jeans I did partially buy because I knew that I would wear those a lot at home and that they would be comfortable. So I guess
Right.
I'm partially
That's
still doing it, but I'm kind of like mixing.
cool.
This is not just housewear. This is something that can be worn outside too.
Yeah. I think when we did ours in April. I did wear in that podcast episode. I did wear a lot of I wore pajama sets, which was fun to do. And I still now wear my gym bay because it's homeware. And the shorts are. I don't own baggies, so and I don't really feel like wearing chino shorts around the house. So I wear these like easy drawstring pants, which unfortunately I pulled the drawstring through. I don't know how to get that back in there. So
Oh, it's the worst.
I know. Every
Oh,
time
You
I
just have to
washed,
buy it
yeah,
again.
when I washed it, it got like all on one side, and then like
Oh
today,
no.
it just got longer and longer, and so it just kind of fell out. So yeah, I've been wearing a lot of that, right? And I think my quarantine fits, especially in April, it was still cold.
Yeah. Oh
At
yeah. I
least,
mean, I was wearing like turtlenecks and sweaters and every
yeah,
day.
I wore. I might not have worn a tie very often, but I wore like sport shirts with sweater vests and like corduroy pants and stuff, and it was cool. And then obviously at a certain point, I realized, I'm not going back to work. Um, that sucks. But
Sure.
a lot of other stuff too. Like we're not going to go to flea markets. And here's the thing too. Like, um, you know, for me, I had already kind of matured my wardrobe quite a bit. Again, I have a bespoke ascot Chang suit. I had a couple of cotton suits made for me, by our friends Dave over at Atelier Fugue. You know, and I'm not really the one. I had vintage tweeds. I had some summer stuff. Um, Hopsack jackets. So I didn't really need anything. So a lot of my purchases prior COVID were kind of really random.
Mm.
Basically filling out a lot of my workwear. Going to the flea market and getting some World War II chinos, getting some army pants, fucking sports shirts, and stuff like that. But then because we weren't able to go out to these things, didn't really have a chance to kind of do that, and which is kind of good because, again, for me, in LA, there's a Pasadena flea market the first of the month, then there is the Rose Bowl, the big one, the
Mhm.
second week of the month, and then maybe I'd go thrifting with Spencer somewhere, or we'd go to the Orange Circle the third or fourth weekend because we hang out sometimes down there. So like, it was a lot of like small money going to places that kind of like, okay, well, I don't I could get more loafers or upgrade my loafers, but
Right
wearing them
here,
right now,
there's
they're
this.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, right here, there's like I even got into jewelry, but I bought some swatches. I bought them. Well, the Marlin's not. That was like a birthday present from like last year, but like I got some rings, some Native American rings, and stuff like that. So it was kind of hard to justify anything else. But of course, now being in COVID, we don't get to go to those things.
Yeah,
and
it's
I
not
already
like there's no like serendipitous purchases anymore.
Yeah, and I already, I mean, again, like I don't check eBay as much as Spencer, and Spencer has to do that as a part of his job,
Yeah.
and we still do it, now to fill out the Patreon section of our of the Discord, where we get to share some of these cool things that we find, vintage or modern. But personally, I haven't really bought anything on eBay in quite a while, just because I was finding the cool vintage stuff in person,
Mm-hmm.
usually cheaper, usually a lot rarer as well.
Exactly.
So for a couple of months, I didn't do anything. I was getting some money from unemployment, this some extra stuff, and also, the unemployment pays for some bills. So my side job, which I guess now is my full job, gave me some pocket money, right? Like I'm still at home. Thankfully, I'm not like having to pay like crazy amount of rent. I still have to pay like, gas, insurance, all this other stuff. But it was still manageable. So I still had some extra stuff, and not spending like $100 each month on a weekend for these rings or whatever. I was like, okay, what's going on right now? And then the sales started coming in, right? All of the COVID sales, and most importantly, the ring jacket sales. And I've only owned one ring jacket, bought in Japan.
Two technically. You got one on eBay that you immediately gave away. Or
yes,
like
because it was stained, and the stains didn't come out. So I thought I bought it, and I thought I could, maybe the guy didn't do it, but it was like it was something. I don't know what it was, but luckily I just had to pay the return shipping, and it was fine. It was better than taking like a $200 dent, right? So I've always liked rain jacket. I've tried the Armory ones. I've tried the American ones, and they were doing these sales because and ring jacket normally doesn't, but of course unprecedented times, they were within reach, and they were jackets that I had kind of always really wanted. I had always wanted a brown houndstooth summer weight, at least 3-season weight houndstooth jacket. The only houndstooth jacket I already had was like a heavy tweed from the 40s. And so getting one in wool silk linen was like, oh fuck, dude, what are you doing to me? But I had the money. I was able to save. I was able to do it because of my side job, and of course, everything else paying the bare minimum. I'm actually not paying for gas either because I'm not driving anywhere.
That's
right?
Nice. That's really nice.
So that was good. And then that kind of was like, okay, fine. Fuck it. I got this. What else? Like, what's other stuff in there? And there was a brown linen jacket from Spear and McKay. That again, you guys know I love brown check jackets. Again, I bought the houndstooth one. That I decided to get the Spear and McKay one as well. And then the last piece of tailoring I got was the what do you call it? The double-breasted blazer, club blazer made from balloon, which is like their take on like a hop sack, but it's a little bit textured like a fresco. It's kind of ruffled a little bit, but it was great. I've never had a DB blazer with brass buttons. I've also never had a DB jacket that was summer appropriate, and so I bought that because I was like, what? I've got the meat now.
The meat.
I got the meat, Jack. I got the meat.
We have the meat.
But
So
I got that one, and then and then I bought Alden's because I had always wanted black tassel loafers, and I've always wanted it, and of course before I probably could have saved up for it, but I didn't. Because I was like, these things are immediate. My black tassel loafers are still okay. They're calfskin. They're from Allen Edmonds. They're not the best. They were costing me like $40, and I bought them on eBay, but they're still perfectly serviceable. But if you're kind of, if you're stuck in your room and you're looking at your wardrobe all the time, it's like, okay, what do you really want? And so that's kind of what quarantine has kind of offered to me. Obviously, I only get dressed barely, maybe once a week now. Obviously I wear shirts, as you guys can see, more often than like any other kind of pant, but it's also because it's fucking hot. So I'm sure I'll get back in the dressing up when it gets back into like fall, winter and everything. And it gets just a little bit cold to justify me not wearing shorts in my room.
Hopefully.
But again, I don't know about you guys. I don't want to take a nap wearing my clothes. I'd rather wear pajamas if I'm going to take a nap. And when you're home, you can just change. And then why would you change back, right? So
I'm fine sleeping in like a button. I nap in a button up in jeans because I can't plan for a nap. A nap has to be kind of like It has to be spontaneous.
See, but remember, I think this probably is where MJ kind of comes in. But I take a shower in the morning, so like the day, like if I go into my bed, it's kind of like the days or the nights of like stuff, and I don't feel right sleeping in my bed at all with like my clothes, you know. And of course, as menswear guys, as we know, you're not supposed to dry clean very often, you know. So whether it's a smell, again, it's hot, so my bed could be full of sweat or something, right? From like, just being in 100-degree weather in the LA summer, and now with the smoke and everything, So I don't want to fall asleep on my bed. So like if I'm gonna nap or rest in my bed, I might as well just change into pajamas, So yeah. I don't have a couch, so that is also one reason why I do not nap. Like I don't, because Spencer has a couch, so Spencer can technically just kind of go.
I do nap on that couch. That's where I typically do it. I mean, I don't nap often. I can't remember the last time I had a nap, but whenever I do, it's usually it's usually like I just fall asleep on my couch for like an hour. But yeah, can't plan for it. I can't say I'm gonna take a nap because then it's not gonna happen.
Holy shit, Spencer!
What?
The Uniqlo U corduroy wide fit work pants has a 2-button waistband.
Wait, does it?
Yeah.
Oh damn.
Wait, does it? MJ, you're muted. Damn it, he's not around. He can't. Hey guys, let's. Well, anyway, that's what we did for quarantine.
2-button. Kyoshi, you were gonna say something earlier, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
I remember, but yeah, during quarantine, all I bought was about 5 pairs of shorts.
Yeah.
And because that was like the one thing I only had 1 pair of shorts previous to all this. And I bought all those knitted tees recently. And outside of that, like, I didn't get a whole lot of stuff because I was like, I had a lot of stuff from last summer that I wasn't even really wearing. And then for work, the few times I did go to the office, I already had suits I was wearing too. So
yeah,
if anything, I've started getting rid of more stuff.
That is something I've been thinking about. I spent a lot of time
purging things out. Yeah, like make room.
I've been looking at a lot of my vintage suits, and I'm like, most of this I can get rid of. Most of this I could get rid of. I think I'm gonna get like a bin and take a bunch of stuff out of my closet and just store it until I figure out, how to sell it, how to get rid of it.
Yeah, the hardest thing about that would be an interesting time, like getting rid of clothes. Like,
yeah, it's such a pain, which is why I don't do it much.
Because I think all of us are, even if we know we can't. I think there's a point where you're like, don't know anyone that will fit this I can give it to, or wants it for that matter. And I know the effort and time it would take me to even list this on a service to sell it would not net me enough money at all. And so like, what do you do? Like, and it's like, oh, well, you just donate it, I guess. But
then it's like you took a big hit then. It's like,
it's,
I mean, it's like, that's maybe, it's good that you donated clothes, obviously.
Yeah. It's punishment for a
but
reason.
I mean, it still kind of feels bad. Maybe it's selfish, but it feels
wasteful too, because I know a lot of that stuff ends up not actually at a resale shop or anything. It just ends up in a garment recycler or worse, a landfill in Africa. And I always feel very conflicted about stuff that it makes me feel a little bit of guilt when I've got things that I'm like, I didn't really wear this too much, and it's not so much the money, but now it's just the fact that I'm getting rid of it, and
that reminds me, man.
It's just gonna fill a landfill.
Yeah. The answer for me is always, hey, MJ or Jay or Andy or whoever, do you guys want this? Hey, actually, Chris, could you leave a comment? What size are you? Just so I can have an extra, just extra person. Because I think about that stuff too. Obviously, as I look back at my wardrobe, there's a lot of stuff there. And this, of course, it's also sad too because, you know, I feel like I'm not able to kind of judge what I can and can't sell because I haven't had a chance to wear it. You know.
Yeah.
So, it's like it's kind of sad. Like, you know, like yeah, there's a suit here. I mean, I've worn my cotton suit a little bit over quarantine. I haven't worn I have a custom suit by my friend Natty Adams. It's kind of like a 70s inspired. Well, not it wasn't inspired, but it kind of came out that way. A 70s kind of suit. But it's like, you know, it's like kind of a super fine worsted, which I don't really wear. I tend to wear, you know, flannels in winter and cotton, you know, twills in summer. And so the suit is kind of like this, you know, it's kind of in between, just kind of shiny, kind of cool. Again, as I've written about getting into the 70s, but you know, I haven't had a chance to really wear like a suit for a while, right? Just like some of my other trousers that I have for summer, even if they are linen, I'd rather, if I'm gonna be around the house, I might just wear fucking either the easy pants, right, the drawstring pants, or just like pajama shorts, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like even though I kind of, you know, I could kind of see myself thinning down some things, I don't know if I'm in the right mindset because I feel like I might regret it later on. So, and that's also one reason why I'm asking people what their sizes are, because, you know, that way if I
do a take back from them, hey, so
that's exactly it. And MJ knows this, but I haven't asked for anything. But actually, no, there was one time I asked for stuff back. I had these Banana Republic chinos that I for sure will never give up because they don't make them anymore.
Oh, that's right.
So Banana Republic had the Aiden Fit Chino out of 100% cotton, and it was kind of like this, you know, it's not moleskin, but it was kind of like, you know, the kind of velvety, kind of soft, peachy feel of moleskin, you know, or like a
Like
velvet
that.
or
I
corduroy.
have my Spear McKay. One batch of Spear McKay chinos are like that kind of cotton.
Yeah, and they're very similar to the you know, to the Stofa peach cotton, which Spencer and I both have. Again, it's not the same exact, but it's kind of a similar feel. And you know, they were like mid-rise, and I bought them when they were like kind of big for me. So, well, I lost weight since I bought them, so they kind of sit higher on my waist. You know, they kind of, because they're flat-fronted. I got them cuffed with a 2-inch cuff. They look kind of like what Drake's guys would wear, you know, because Drake's is kind of still slim, straight. You know, it's not exactly super wide for them either. And so, like, you know, it was great. And I gave them to MJ for a little bit, but then I took it back because I was like, oh, I kind of, I'm not sure. And then now, I'm never giving them up. I still haven't worn them quite a bit just because, again, quarantine and everything. I'm sure that if I was still at work or whatever, and maybe if I go back to work, I'll wear them again. Because they're good as like ivy separates. You know, they're not a full trouser, not like a wool trouser. You know, but they're not a jean, and they're kind of dressy and they have a cuff, so they're pretty cool. You know, they're great. They go well with white socks and loafers and a sack jacket. So, yeah, but that's a good example of me taking something back. But everything else has been MJ's to keep. You know, OG 107s.
Yes.
A sample jacket I got from Articles of Style. That's a really cool one.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
I wish I could wear that more.
Yeah.
Currently, current era.
38 suits. Wow, looks like a lot of people are 38, 32, or 38, 30 kind of a thing. Because I have a cotton linen 3-rolled 2 jacket from Massimo Dutti that I literally haven't worn in so long.
Oh, is that the like bold plaid one?
No, that one was given to Jay, I think, a long time ago. Actually, no, MJ, did I give that to you?
Which one?
It's like green and brown plaid. It's made of like a Casentino wool, kind of. It's like, you know, it's kind of pilly a little bit.
Allison Pilly?
I don't think
that's right. Well, anyway, I feel like Jay might have it. Maybe I gave it to someone else.
Yeah, I guess you'll have to tune in Saturday to find out.
Yeah.
I don't. Is Jay coming on Saturday?
No, but we'll find out. Maybe
we'll find out before then.
Yeah. But anyway, you know, so I have this. I have a It's kind of like it's not a chore blazer, but it's got 3 patch pockets. They've got pleated patch pockets. It's half lined. It's cool.
I remember that you got that at South Coast, right? Like during their Black Friday or clearance sale or whatever.
Yeah. So it's a good jacket. It's a little bit slim on me because again, Massimo is a slim guy, is a slim suit type of place. But it's great. I definitely, I think if I get rid of it, I will definitely have a chance for me to upgrade it. Because I would love a single-breasted like tan jacket. But I guess right now, what I'm getting out of that is my my 1940s unstructured seersucker jacket. Even though it is striped, it's still kind of got that like, kind of tan kind of vibe. And I still have that. I have the literal French chore coat I got in France. So like that was 100% linen. It is very kind of Japanesey, because it is like
Japanesey.
It is like it's got like square quarters, but it's got lapels. It's great. It's kind of short, but it works for that kind of like Japanese Americana vibe. It just happens to be a literal French short coat. But it's like if I wanted to wear a tan short coat, I'd rather just wear that than the 3-roll 2 sport coat. So anyway, maybe MJ wants it because he could have a cool sport coat.
Yeah,
Always.
So always. I mean, he's also getting fucking my Stay Prests, right? And he could wear those two together. Actually, that's a fucking solid look. So
is there